Well, I'm the biggest skeptic of 2012. I don't buy the whole 2012 thing. I think that I'm a skeptic of the time wave. Initially, it seemed a good idea, but again, it's a theory that there are just too many holes in the theory. And the problem with the time wave is that problem with the time wave as such is it's not a scientific theory because it's not testable. It's not disprovable or provable. Well, you don't prove scientific theories. You can only try to disprove them. And that's the good thing about science. I mean, if it works right, if you do it right, what you do is you build models, you build hypotheses and ideas about something, how something works. You postulate a model, and then you try like hell to destroy the model or to prove it's wrong. That's really what science is, and that's what its power is. It often doesn't work that way, but that's how it works. And Terence didn't do that, really. He became, I think, way too invested in defending the theory and didn't spend enough time trying to disprove it. And it reached a point where, the only person that could interpret the time wave was him. There was no objective mathematical approach to it. It was like, well, you look at different fits against history and you try to make intuitive judgments about what is the best fit, but it was not quantitative at all. So 2012, became in the cosmology of the time wave, became just the latest date in a way of these many dates that had been selected as possible, but it was comfortably enough in the future that nobody could argue with it. And it had this coincidental relationship to the Mayan calendar, which we do know has this end date set December 21st, 2012. And that seemed to be a tremendous coincidence. And we know from astronomical cycles, and so we know that there will be, in fact, a major astrological configuration on 2012. I mean, this is predictable. Whether it means anything is something else. We know this is going to take place. Whether it means the end of history or the translation into the Aquarian age or, whatever, nobody knows. But there is this great, sort of cultural expectation that something transformative and tremendous is going to happen on that date or in 2012 or something. And Terence, and the time waves contributed. It's become part of this meme and part of this archetype around 2012 and this expectation that there's going to be something, utterly transformative going on. Not necessarily bad, but possibly very bad, possibly amazing. Do I believe it? Not really. I mean, what I say is, part of the prediction of the time wave, if you get away from the notion of 2012 and you have to specify an exact date when something tremendous is going to happen, part of the premise of the time wave was this idea of the ingression of novelty. And in that sense, I think Terence was right on. He was preceded by Whitehead, and it's really borrowing from Whitehead. But if you just look around you, how weird can it get?